Once upon a time, there was a little boy called Howard who loved writing stories.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Young Howard wrote many stories and scripts.
Mr. Quackers was on his magic toilet.
But then one day he grew up and discovered alcohol and laziness, so he put his writing in the attic and forgot about it. 20 years later, Howard found his old stories and persuaded his lifelong friend Rufus to read them. Join Rufus and Howard as they embark on a mission to read everything he wrote, from the age of 5 until now, in The Worst Writer in the World.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, wubba-dubba-doo. Worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world. He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer.
Hello and welcome to The Worst Writer in the World with me, Rufus, and my tiny-headed genius companion...
Long, Howard. Yes.
Oh, spoilers. It's time for a brand new Worst Writer story, Howard. Are you mentally prepared for this?
I was Brecht mentally prepared for this.
This is episode 1 of 12, a new 12-part series. But before we get started, let's say thank you to the British Comedy Guide for hosting this show. Thanks to our lovely patrons on Patreon for subscribing with money to this show. Ooh. And thanks to you for subscribing without money to this show. Well, I mean, I still appreciate that. I love everyone who listens. Actually, no, there is one person I don't love, but I'm not going to name any names.
You don't need to. I know who you mean. They know who you mean.
yeah, I'm talking about you. No, I love you, really.
Thank you.
All right, let's get started, shall we?
Yes, please. So, this script by me, Howard Long, is called Stars. Yes, I notice it's all capital letters, so maybe it's an acronym, but I mean, I don't know whether it goes into that.
So, super telekinetic...
And really...
sexy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's me describing you.
So yeah, also that's super, telekinetic and really sexy. And then you should put Rufus on the end. Stars Rufus.
Stars Rufus, yeah, R is
and that's
Rufus,
true. It does. It stars Rufus. This because who's playing it? All the parts again? Me. And if only you'd known that as a child, you could have just called it Stars Rufus.
Stupid, tupid, ugly Rufus, stupid.
That's stupid, too big, ugly Stores. Yeah,
that's what it stands for. Stupid,
You're
stupid,
ugly with an A, right? Okay, yeah. You're only just getting that. You're just getting that. Stars isn't spelt with a U. Yeah, well done.
Hey.
You really owned me there.
They don't call me the worst writer in the world for nothing. They call me because I
spell
can't
4-letter words.
Because I can't spell. Yeah, that's why I'm called it.
No, because it's super talented, awesome, Rufus sexy.
Awesome Rufus, because it stirs.
You don't need the U.
It stirs. It stirs.
Anyway, Howard, why don't you tell me a bit about when you wrote this? How old were you?
Young. Very young.
Well, that narrows it down. I mean, you're still young.
Oh, thank you.
Bless you,
very
young
kind
man,
sir. Yeah,
right?
Well, you can tell because of all these spots I have.
All the spots and wrinkles.
Yeah.
That's a dead giveaway of a young person. How old were you?
I guess 14, maybe.
14.
I think,
okay.
Look, if you look at the script and you look at the way
it's typewritten on a typewriter.
It's typewritten on the Grey Fox that I got from W.H. Smith when I decided I was going to be a writer.
Did you buy it yourself? Or did you get it as a present?
Maybe as a present, or probably as a
Pocket, it
present.
would be the pocket money or present, right? Which is kind of like someone else buying it for you either way, isn't it?
Yeah,
But
I didn't have a job when I was younger.
No, when you were 14.
Nobody paid me for my scripts when I was younger. I don't know why.
Yeah, we're not that old. We weren't sent up chimneys.
For some reason, John Nathan Turner didn't send me lots of money for my Doctor Who scripts I kept sending him.
So the other thing about typewriters, like right now you can use computers. You can write anywhere. You know, you can sit in a chair, sit at a desk, go to a Starbucks or whatever people do.
But when
pretend
people,
you're writing.
Yeah, but when people had typewriters, they had to do it in one room, didn't they?
Yeah, you had to like
Go to
'cause
the
they
moon.
They were big and heavy and annoying,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you usually had them set up somewhere, right? So where did you write when you were a teenager?
In
Was it in your toy cupboard?
you mean my TARDIS?
Howard's when we were kids, Howard's cupboard under the stairs in his house was his toy cupboard, and we spent many a fun hour in there.
Yeah. Pretending it was the TARDIS.
Sometimes I don't
The
remember doing
doors
that
kind of
often,
clanked
yeah.
open, and then the boiler we would pretend was the TARDIS control console.
You remember this better? I don't remember that
Yeah,
at all.
Coates
I
in
remember
as
the
well.
toy cupboard very
I
well.
probably
but
did
not
it with
the TARDIS.
anyone that came around. It was like, come to my TARDIS. Let's play TARDISes. 5. Let's play TARDISes 5.
Yeah, you're the cyber lone.
Excuse me, Waller. I'm just going to restrain your head. I used to do it all in the dining room.
Yeah.
So you're very familiar with that dining room.
Yeah, absolutely. We used to play Lego in there when we were younger, right? And board games that you made.
Yes, the Gibber game. We did play the Gibber game in the dining room. We did play Lego in the dining room. We certainly got drunk in there and spilt rum over a blanket rug thing whilst my parents are away. But I washed it and tumble dried it, and then it was not as big anymore. But I folded it and put it back, and no one ever said anything.
Really?
So
They're probably really confused. I feel like this used to be bigger, but I must be wrong because Howard definitely wouldn't have laundered it while I was on holiday. That would be insane.
it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Since it was just something that was always folded and just there. It was my mum's one of those people that's all about weird aesthetics and interior design. So
Yeah.
she wants stuff and but she didn't
She
use
loved
a
all
blanket.
that stuff, right?
Yeah,
Because she used to your house got redecorated regularly, didn't it? Yeah, it was one of the differences between our parents. What back then, I think, is not so much different now, but your mum loved redecorating your house and changing things, and like you say, paying attention to all the kind of details. And my parents couldn't afford paint. This is true. When I was a kid, you know that when I lived around the corner
Is it
from
because
you,
we broke all their tiles?
that might be part of it. Yeah.
Somebody broke all their tiles.
Somebody, yeah, don't admit it. They still don't know. They still don't know we broke the tiles they bought for the kitchen by throwing them at a wall, and then they couldn't afford to replace them.
Money it meant nothing to us as
No,
children.
God, no, no. And also, I remember I was sure those tiles had been there forever, and therefore no one would notice. But they just probably bought them a week before, and in my child brain that had been forever.
Yeah, I mean they shouldn't have left them there. I mean it's not our fault.
You're asking someone to throw them at a wall.
They stored them outside.
Yeah.
This is child brain says if you've left it outside, it's fucking
You
fair
don't want
game.
it. You don't want it. Yeah, probably
it's junk, right? If it's
absolutely.
outside,
and it's been there for ages. I mean, I don't know if it had been a couple of weeks or something, but it feels like forever. Yeah, definitely. No, what happened was I had a bedroom. We'd moved into this house, and it was a mess, and they just my parents decided to paint my bedroom, and so they bought maybe one tin of paint. So that's all they could afford. And me and my gran were painting it, and my gran was started painting it properly, you know. And meanwhile, me, a kid, started doing paint splodges all over the wall, right? I just went around the room doing paint splodges because I knew she'd paint over it. That is fine. No one minds. It's just me having fun. I'm a kid. I'm about 5 or 6 at the time.
12,
But then they ran out
14,
of paint.
8, 20.
No, we moved out of the house when I was 7. But then they ran out of paint. And so for the rest of the time we lived in that house, which is about another 2 or 3 years,
Wow.
my bedroom had maybe 1.5 meters bit of wall that was painted and then splotches all over the rest of it. Because they ran out of paint and couldn't afford any more paint.
Couldn't afford paint. That's what they told you. They were spending it all on tiles. So this is my first ever radio script and my
Yeah.
last ever radio script. Is that true?
This is the only script that you ever wrote that was for this format.
So it's going to be brilliant then.
It ought to be, because
should.
in the past we've done movie scripts, but on audio, not the same. Books,
Books.
prose,
Books,
but on
stories,
audio.
and,
That's
and,
audio
and,
books.
and a stage
Closer.
play. So this is going to be like
Stage play, yeah.
full on sound effects probably. You're going to
You
be
think this, and it's going to be designed for audio, so it ought to be like ideal. We probably won't have to do anything. It'll jump off the page, jumping.
It's exciting.
Yeah,
I mean the jumping part.
the jumping part. Yeah, the jumping part's very exciting.
What was I going to say? Does it have any coffee rings on it then?
You may not know, we may have talked about it before, but when we were doing A-levels, we did theatre studies A-level, and one of the things you had to do was keep what was it called?
A diary. They
was
called
basically
it.
a diary. Did they
Some
call it a
form of diary.
So we were doing some kind of performance that we had to kind of perform in and direct ourselves, right? And all the kind of process we had to keep a diary about.
The process, the research,
Yeah.
that kind of shit. The stuff that we
And-
didn't do.
Absolutely did not do that. We didn't write things down. We were like, that sounds really boring.
Or
so
do research, or have a process.
also.
Just went, here's the script.
Here's the script. Now, how are we going to do it and make it funny? Let's do a leg thing. You do a leg thing. That'll
Do
be
a leg
funny.
thing,
Do a
yeah.
leg thing. That's our only idea. That's enough. Well, yeah, we got a B. Brilliant.
Well, yeah, exactly.
It worked. But we had to do a diary, and we hadn't done. So the night before it was due, because obviously, why would we do it earlier than that? The very night before, we stayed up all night drinking coffee and writing it. And so that no one would know,
Ha!
so that it would look like we'd done it in the past,
Yeah.
we soaked it in tea and burned the edges to
in.
make it look like a... No, we didn't.
Scrunch
But we
it,
should have done that,
yeah,
because
might
what
as
we
well
did
have
was
done.
we put coffee rings on it, which just makes it look like you've stayed up all night doing it.
We
That's
wrote-
the worst idea.
We wrote everything. We got different biros, different coloured
colour pens.
biros.
That was a good idea.
with
That was a
different-
better idea than the
I
coffee
mean,
rings.
well, no, it wasn't, because the thing is, like, nobody. The point is, nobody's going to complain if what you hand in
It's all in the same hand.
is all in the same handwriting and is neat
We made
and
it
presentable.
so messy, yeah.
we were like,
Our
oh,
way of not getting caught out for doing it the night before was to make it shit.
yeah,
And that's the opposite.
yeah.
Make it shit and covered in coffee.
Because there were certainly no rules about, like, you know, at the end just rewriting it all in really legible handwriting and handing that in. Nobody said, oh, it's got to look shit.
We had no...
Nobody said that.
We had no sense of doing things well, did we? We just didn't want to get caught.
Yes.
But we also weren't that clever. Right? So we thought the best way not to get caught is to make it look really awful. Like we've been carrying it around for 3 months.
Yeah, and putting
coffee on
putting
it.
coffee
Yeah, and
rings
using it
on it.
as a coaster.
making coffee rings. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Then a
Oh,
Rego.
is that the one where you drew a coffee ring as well? It is, right? You drew a coffee
Yeah.
ring. Because we were so tired and fucked, you're like, I'm just going to draw one. It's time for a whole new Worst Writer story, and this one is called, rather reassuringly, Stars.
Stars.
So either it's about fairly boring points of light in the sky and just some people maybe looking at them, or maybe it's a sci-fi and someone's going to actually go to the stars.
Yeah. Or maybe just about stolen cars.
It could be about stolen cars.
Stolen cars
yeah.
that's been
You've made a special word out
yeah,
of it.
stars. Could be about it could be ST arse. Sexy tubby arse. Tubby arse, is that?
Oh yeah, I mean that's what people say, isn't it? That's what.
Yeah.
That's the kind of language that the kids are using.
Yeah.
Oh, I see you have a sexy tubby ass. Can I date you, please?
Can I
Can I date you, please?
Can I get in it with my duck? Because their asses are like a tub, because it's tubby, like a bathtub.
And you always take a duck in the bathtub. Don't Get off me! I'm trying to have a bath.
Well, you know, ducks live kind of like, partly ducks live on land, and partly they live in the air, and then occasionally they have a swim. So you got to get them wet. Okay, you got to get them wet.
No, partly. So it's like this duck's legs live in the air, but its wings live in the sea. which is the wrong way round.
Yeah.
All right, and its head lives on land.
If the water's shallow enough, its feet are on the ground, its bum's in the water, and its head is in the sky. So they are in all places
It's
at the
always a
same
bit
time.
of a mystery where the sky begins, isn't it? But I think you've solved it. The mystery of where the sky begins, it's where the duck's head is.
Yeah.
That's where the sky begins. But not any
Has
lower
that,
than that.
Is that a mystery? Do people not know where the sky is?
It's not a mystery. It's just it's
Right.
not something you answer because the sky is above us.
It's where
but,
the floor ends, though, isn't
I
it?
mean, in a sense, you could say that, but I think most of us don't think about ourselves walking around. When we say the sky, we mean up there. We don't really mean down here.
Right,
But of
yeah.
course, that's the same. It's like,
It's the same to an ant, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. To an ant, the sky probably begins much lower than a duck's head.
Yeah. That's true.
And like a duck's head is in outer space to an ant. So there's a bunch of characters in a meeting place talking, okay? And the first person to speak is called Tall Tree. Right?
So he's like
And
the posh boss.
he seems to be in charge because he seems to be doing a roll call of the other characters. So this is quite a clever Howard way of introducing the characters by name.
By
all right?
saying their
And
names.
it's probably, well, let's find out. I'm sure it wouldn't just be a list of names with people going yes afterwards, because that'd be really like confusing to listen to. And because he puts it surname first, the first word in this script is Riverend.
Oh, okay.
Riverend Philip.
Yes, I suppose it's problematic when their names are stupid and not real names.
Yeah. Reverend Philip. And Philip says, here.
Well,
And
what's
then-
that? What's that voice?
Here, hello. I'm here, actually.
Hello.
That's the one I'm going for Philip. Hello, my name's Philip, and I like trees. That's why this man who's called Tall Tree, he's my idea of heaven here. That's why I'm happy to say me and his gang.
trees.
I like tall trees, I like tall people, and I like tall penises. And so this man who's got all three, he's my idea of heaven. That's why I'm here. And then Tall Tree says, Riverend, error. So it might just be that he says Riverend before he says that. Maybe they aren't surnames. I was thinking because there's a comma, but I know that young Howard used commas for anything. He just didn't know any other punctuation marks, right? So maybe just that's like a vocal tick of his that before he's like, Riverend, could I have a cup of tea, please? Riverend, I'm feeling quite tired. Riverend, have you seen how tall my penis is? Right? And it's just a thing he does. It's like like getting attention. or
Right, so maybe it's not the word river end. Maybe it is more a
River, yeah, river. And maybe it's you're like doing the sound. Yeah, like some people say before, like before you speak. It's quite.
And some
normal.
people say river end.
Well, this one does. Error says, "Oh, I'm here, sir," because I'm going with that voice for him. Oh, I'm here.
At least we started with Philip anyway, rather than starting with the line river
River
end
end
error,
error.
because that would have been like, what the fuck is going on?
That is second, though. I feel like
Yeah.
if you'd had two real names first, it would have been.
Yeah, like someone Smith would have been a good start, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Smith, John.
Yeah.
Yes. Who Doctor? Is Who Doctor here?
Here's who done years. Yeah, doing a roll call is the very opening sequence in a fantasy thing where everyone's
Fantasy
got weird
audio
names.
thing, yeah, where you
It's
can't
confusing.
see them either.
Yeah.
Everyone's got weird names. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what kind of world you're in. Yeah, it is.
I wouldn't start in the middle of the scene now. I would.
Well, not this scene.
I would. I mean, if I was doing that scene as my first scene, I would really hammer home the fact that it was in a fantasy land, and I'd say, "Welcome to this annual meeting of the Fantasyland Dragon." Blah blah blah. Let's take roll call.
Fantasyland Dragon, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Then, then I'd definitely win an award. Then I'd win an award. Fantasy Dragon. Blah blah blah.
Yes, okay, so this annual meeting of the Fantasy Dragon, blah, blah, blah. So let's spend the next 3 minutes listing made-up names. Okay. Blurbensk Blurben, Stephen. Waggle Jig Blubble,
Barry.
Bill. All right, how long's this going on for? Howard a page?
So many good jokes here. People saying, "Yeah, I'm here."
The next person is Skull Cull Haggerty.
Skull Haggerty.
I can't tell if that's a G or a C.
Nobody's called Gull Haggerty, are they? Skull Gull Haggerty. Why did he call it? What did he say? So his first name's Gull Haggerty then? His name's Gull Haggerty Skull, is it?
No, it is.
That's ridiculous.
Skull Haggerty sounds like it's got the rhythm of a name, but there's no reason why Skull shouldn't be a surname. And Gull Haggerty is a made-up thing, right? so that can be whatever you want it to be.
My name's Gull Haggerty Skull.
You've done that thing again where you put the direction after the speech. It says, Skull, brackets, speaks in a sinister Scottish accent. Garant Sly.
Garant Sly.
Garant Sly. And Sly says, yes, unfortunately.
Oh, he doesn't want to be there.
So now, finally, we've got some character. Because the others are like, yeah. But then you've...
No, Gull Haggerty Skull said,
yeah, that's not character. It does set him apart a bit. But...
Yeah.
But this, I feel like this is a good moment because suddenly, like in 2 words, you've done a lot of work.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a good moment, and we're only on page 1.
We're barely even on page 1. You've set up Sly. Yes, unfortunately, he doesn't want to be there, and he doesn't respond to authority. He's just like, yeah, and here's a sarcastic comment in 1 word, right?
Wherever here might be and whatever it is they're doing.
Yeah, whatever we're doing, wherever we are and whoever we are. I at least know he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
And also, Gull Haggerty's skull is a bit sinister.
Yeah, it is.
Talltree says... Sorry, I caught the next line. Talltree says, Timkins, Farantatu.
Oh, my God.
Farantatu. Timkins, Farantatu.
Farantatu Timpkins.
Yep, Farantatu Timkins. And Timkins says, ear and female zer.
Does it say Zer?
Well, it's a sir, no, but I'm choosing that voice, and also she said sir, so I'm assuming that she's a wench.
Yeah.
It's like I tell you what it's like.
Well,
you said there's not enough like stage direction and stuff, but it's like you don't realise you're allowed to say things in the stage direction. You're like, oh, I better put it in the dialogue. What if they don't know to cast a woman as Timkins?
Yes.
Because I gave her the name Farantatu, and that could mean anything.
Yeah,
right?
could have called him Jane.
So I better let her, the character, say here and female, sir, so that they know to cast the right gendered person.
I should have called her Jane Woman.
Yeah, Susan Walshop.
And then she should have
like
I should have gone to Susan Walshop, and then she should have gone here and female, sir.
Here and my gender doesn't matter, sir.
Because I was basing this on hearing radio programs, not looking at them. And in radio programs, you can't see any stage directions.
Right.
So I got.
But you'd
so
think if
when I
you'd
listen to
heard
a
them-
radio program, it doesn't say, and now a woman says a thing,
Right, yeah,
does it?
no,
A
you
woman
don't.
just says a thing.
And you're
But
thinking
as
about
you
how
mentioned-
will they know to cast a woman if I
Yeah.
don't tell them in the dialogue?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, that does make sense.
Only give clues in the
And
dialogue.
then you should have put in brackets, you can delete the bit that says and female from this line as long as you have cast a woman, close brackets. Anyway, so Timkins says, here and female, sir. And Talltree says, indeed. And
Does he
Smith.
say like that, like he's checking out a rack or something?
It says it with a question mark, so it's like, indeed.
Oh, with a question
It's
mark.
got a question mark. So either it's like, oh, yes, you are female, I didn't know. Or it's like, you're very female.
Oh, I think you didn't know.
Yeah, I think it's just,
That's why
considering your age.
maybe that's why she's saying it as well, because nobody notices that she's a woman because she's got that moustache and she's
She's
wearing
got a big
trousers.
moustache and trousers on.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
Yeah.
Every time I meet someone in trousers, I'm like, probably not a woman. Now, you know how we said one of them should be called Smith?
Oh yeah.
What the next one is?
Oh good. Yeah, we should start with that one then.
Talltree says, indeed. And Smith, the bloody massive Ajax.
Oh right. So how does that work in terms of? Because that's 3 names. Which one's the first? Is he called the bloody massive Ajax
Well-
Smith, or is he called the bloody massive Smith Ajax?
And Ajax says, what? And Talltree says, are you here? To which Sly says, not entirely, sir. Because Sly's just there to make jokes. He's just there to, not entirely, sir.
Someone's got to.
His leg's at home. His leg's not here.
He's Sly like Chandler Bing then. He's there to tell all the gags.
Could he be any more not here? Yeah, that's what he
It's
says.
funny when you say it like that.
Yes, thank you.
Because we're not getting any, apart from Smith, the bloody massive Ajax, we're not getting too much of an inkling as to what their individual skills are.
Or
and
who
why
they are.
who they are.
We know
what's
their
going
names,
on.
though.
Yeah.
We do know their names.
Because they're obviously a team that
Yeah.
are going to go on a mission. So it should be Warrior Ajax. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Sly the... I don't know what he does.
Cleric.
Cleric, yeah, the
don't know.
priest, yeah.
Timkins, the woman.
Tit
one.
Haver.
Yeah, wool carrier.
Wool carrying, baby giving,
Oh, no.
can't drive very well one.
Oh, no.
There's no cars in this fantasy
I
land.
think you'll find statistically men are worse at driving. Just because I've crashed 18 cars this morning doesn't mean I'm bad at driving. I'm not a woman.
I got distracted thinking about women, so it's their fault, really, isn't it? I was looking at
women out of the
some
window.
naughty pictures on my phone of women, and then I crashed. Bloody women. Yeah, you've convinced me. You've convinced me that women are
I
bad.
haven't convinced anyone of anything.
Ah, yeah,
Yes, thank you, Sly. Now then, it seems we are all assembled. As you now all probably know, I am Sir Lawrence Talltree.
Right, he needs to say his name because he didn't do roll call of himself,
Didn't
did
say
he?
Talltree, yes. Sir Lawrence Talltree, yes, I'm
Yeah.
here.
Oh, we
Sir
should-
Lawrence Talltree, the big penis, yes, I'm here.
Should have started with that.
Yeah.
That already would have confused people. A man roll calling himself
3 times.
3 times about it and talking about his biggest
Tell
penis.
everyone he's got a
Big penis, yeah.
Yeah. That would have been, at least that would have had a joke. All right. And then Sly goes, are you going to roll call the rest of us instead of just roll calling yourself 3 times to say you've got a big penis? Because then we know it's a roll call
Yeah,
as
but
well.
I mean, the humour was a lot gentler back then, and it was for the radio. It's radio comedy. You can't be just like going
All right,
straight in with the
that's
big
fair. All right,
penis
so he could have
jokes.
gone, Talltree, yes, I'm here. Sir Lawrence Talltree, yes, I'm here. Sir Lawrence Talltree, the really good and has a big sword and likes like riding dragons and has all the money and a big penis.
Yeah, big penis.
What are you going to do the rest of us instead of talking about your big penis? Yeah, that would have been good for the BBC at 6 o'clock.
I would love that.
As you all probably know, I am Sir Lawrence Talltree, big penis. You do not know my assistant, however. So, let me introduce him.
What? Why?
Because you don't know him. You all know me, but you don't know him. So I'll tell you who he is. His name's John.
Yeah. He's not. Again, he's not on the. He's not on the roll call, so I've got to mention their name.
Yeah, you have, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, I remember when we were both writing as teenagers, right? And like
Some of us were.
you were long before that, absolutely.
We
yeah.
wrote lots of stuff, and it's all famous now because it's all
Yeah,
all over the radio, isn't it?
Absolutely.
This?
Let me say, we
And
were
then
both
some
writing
of
as
us,
teenagers.
some of us wrote something about some snowmen.
Yeah, when I was like 17. Yeah,
That's
is
all
true.
they ever
That's
wrote.
the only
That's
thing
all
I made.
they ever did.
It took me until I was 17 to finish that story.
The sad thing about that is just the other day I caught myself thinking about how I was most proud of that as my finest work, and then I remembered it wasn't me.
It's not yours.
So
The best story in Worst Writer in the World,
Yeah.
of course, is Jack Snowman. No, that's not. It's not Jack Snowman. One of his snowmen ran into a tramp sack. no, I'm getting confused.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're still on this fucking Talltree speech. He said, blah, 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 blah.
Speech.
I'm Lawrence Talltree.
Yeah.
You know me, but you don't know my assistant. So let me introduce him.
Yeah, go on.
This is Johann P. Spellbinder.
What's the P stand for?
Pohan.
Ah, good.
Johann Pohan Spellbinder.
Yeah.
That's his name. Johann is a wizard.
Yes.
I assume because he's called Spellbinder. So I'm going to
There's
do
a clue
him.
in his name.
I'm going to do him.
See,
with-
that's smart.
that is smart. Yeah, that is
The only thing I could have really done to make that even more clear was to call him Wizardy McWizard.
I mean, that is better.
It's a good name, right?
But you've progressed since you were a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
You've got even better at writing. You were already good because you were like, I'll call him Johann Pohan Spellbinder.
Yeah.
Because that tells us what he is. But now you know
Pohan.
Wizard McWizardy,
Yeah.
or Wizardy McWizard, or whatever it was you said, is better. But anyway, so I'm going to give him a wizard voice, a traditional wizard voice. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so he says, "Hello, everybody.
Yes.
I'm Johann P. Spellbinder, as he already said in the previous line. I'm just repeating him, okay?
Well, I want a line as well, okay.
Oh, but it says he speaks in an old voice, in brackets afterwards, and there's nothing more old than Doctor Who.
That's right, he's really old.
So he's like,
Sorry,
hey,
she's
look how
really old.
Look how old I am, a woman. Hello, everybody. I'm Johann P. Spellbinder. That's all right, Johann. I've already told them. Told them what? Your name. What about it? I've told them what it is. So have I.
Brilliant.
I'm amazed. It's a small world, isn't it?
Oh, he's doing it! Well, it's a small world.
Yeah, there you go. That's what he says, isn't it?
Jelly baby, then he says.
Yeah. And then Johann gets in his magic TARDIS and goes to space. All right. Right. Anyway, you must all understand that this quest, should you choose to accept it. He's a bit of a comedy character, this wizard, isn't he? This quest is of the utmost importance.
He is. It's like he's managed to see Mission Impossible. And he's Doctor Who. He would have seen it.
Yeah, he's been everywhere.
But I mean, but he's also managed to get the quote wrong because it's not this quest. Should you choose to accept it?
Yeah. This quest is of the utmost importance. Every single one of you has been specially selected. All of you have a skill which may be useful in the days ahead. Like, one of them does jumping, another one does tying knots, and a third one does murdering
wood
things.
whittling.
Yeah, in case there needs any wood whittled in an emergency.
Quickly, this wood is not whittled.
It's just regular wood.
Quickly,
Wood.
Johann, whittle it. Oh no, I'm Johann.
Oddly, the real next line is Johann's, and it's, if anything, weirder than what you've just improvised. Talltree says, all of you have a skill which may be useful in the days ahead. And Johann says, I'm a teapot. I mean, that is what it says. Look, I'm a teapot. That's what it says. That's exactly what it says. I'm a teapot. I'm a teapot.
Yes. Very good.
And Tawtry ignores him and says, now then.
Now then.
What I am about to reveal should not go beyond these four walls.
Well, the reason I do remember that Johann is when it says old voice, he's old and he's basically like not compos mentis. He's kind of insane.
He's not meant to be like just being kind of humorous. He's actually crazy.
Yes.
Okay.
He's crazy and he's driven crazy for a reason.
He's comedy crazy, kind of like Nanny in Hemlock Chase, if you remember back to that story. It was really funny how she couldn't look after herself or discern the difference between things and used to crawl around and we'd sit on her.
For a long time, even as a young child, I've been a writer who's been very concerned and very interested in promoting mental health, specifically
laughing at it
and people not having any. So, to me, mad people yell at their teapots and get ridden. It's awareness, it's awareness. I'm bringing awareness.
Raising awareness.
Raising it.
Not bringing it.
Well, I'm bringing it as well.
Bringing awareness. I've got a bag full.
I'm bringing it and then I'm raising it.
I've got a bag of awareness.
I'm bringing in and then I stick it in the lift and I've sent it up to the top floor.
No,
and then
piss on it. 5 minutes, I'm going to piss on it. Piss on my awareness.
Awareness, could you wait 5 minutes and then come and join me on the top floor where I'm going to piss on you? You're going to do what? Nothing. Just come upstairs in 5 minutes. You'll be fine.
Now then, what I am about to reveal should not go beyond these four walls.
They're in a room then. It's good information.
Or through the roof. And then Tawtry says, shut up. Reasonably. Okay. Now, as I was saying,
Shut up.
I have had you all checked out. Yes, I've got pictures of you on the toilet.
Especially woman one.
I have had you all checked out, and I'm pretty sure that you can all be trusted. So I'll tell you what this is all about. Brilliant.
Good pan.
Yeah, good explanation there. I've had you all checked out, and I'm pretty sure you can all be trusted.
You can trust us all. Ooh.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a very trustworthy person. You, sir, I've never revealed a secret in my life. That's what I thought. Basically, I checked you
The
out.
secret of where my milk comes from, Doctor Who. Yes, she's always telling me where her milk comes from.
Yeah, it's the fridge.
Because I keep forgetting because I'm insane.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's milk come from?
and
Does it come from this chair?
Yeah, and I need milk because I am a teapot. I've got to make the tea. Yeah. He's had them all checked out. I think what he's done is he's asked them, "Are you trustworthy?" Right. This seems like the level that he's working on.
All their dads.
I've asked you all if you can be trusted, and you all said yes. So now I'm going to tell you.
Apart from the Scottish one.
Yeah. So you put your fingers in your ears while I tell you what's going on. Something is happening beyond the Woe Is Ye Mountains. The Woe Is Ye Mountains.
Something's happening, yes. We're not sure what it is, but it's probably evil and could
Probably bad for the
destroy
entire world.
the entire universe.
The few remaining creatures of chaos, jelly monsters, have the power to open a portal to the... Okay.
Jelly world?
It's a single word, like a very long single word.
Oh my gosh.
But it's okay because it's a single word made of lots of other words. I just realised by looking at it. Okay. So, the few remaining creatures of chaos have the power to open a portal to the "oh bugger, if anyone ever gets this open, we'll all die" dimension.
Ah, good. Is it a joke there? From,
It is a bit of a joke
from
there.
14-year-old Howard?
And if they succeed, a new chaos army will be unleashed who could engulf everything. We must stop them. So it turns out he did know what was going to happen. He was just being vague at the beginning. We must stop them.
Good plan. Is that the plan? Is the extent of the plan?
I think the plan is we must stop them.
Yeah.
And then Timkin says, "Oh, sir, what, a 7 and a senile granddad?" The reason that we travel in such a small group is that we do not want to alert the chaos beasties of our intention. If they knew we were coming to stop them, they wouldn't even let us past the "oh boy, step in that and we'll all be has-beens marsh."
Right.
The "oh boy, step in that and we'll all be has-beens marsh."
Why didn't the BBC say, "Oh, this is the best, funniest thing ever"?
Not only is this dramatic and well set up at the beginning, it's also hilarious and full of good
hilarious
gags.
place names.
Well, we know the BBC hate jokes because otherwise they would have let the Man by Cow podcast win a BBC Drama Audio Award, wouldn't they?
Or nominate it.
Yeah, at least. Oh, no, we're not going to nominate that just because it's all about penises and testicles. All right, so yeah, they wouldn't even let us past the "oh boy, step in that and we'll all be has-beens marsh." They would do everything in their power to stop us from reaching the Chaos Tower, where the summoning ceremony is to take place. Sounds like that's the plot. These guys have got to get across the terrible marsh
Terrible marsh.
to get to the Chaos Tower,
Chaos Tower.
and stop the summoning ceremony.
Yep.
Hey, wait, hold everything, man. What the shit? What? I'm not a senile granddad. I'm not even a father. Thank you for that invaluable piece of information, Johan. Now, any questions? Yes. What is the square root of 26 billion and 3? Any sensible questions? Yes. How much are we getting paid?
Ah.
1 gold piece for every enemy slain.
Oh.
10 gold pieces for each day of travel. And 1,000 gold penis...
Oh my Freudian slip.
The end.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, wubba-dubba-doo. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world.
Well, hey, that was a fun opening episode, wasn't it, Howard? Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed the last one. Whatever that was.
The last one was Candle of Ever.
Yeah, it
and,
was rubbish. This was much better.
Yeah.
I know,
good.
same threat, same Jelly Monster threat, but I mean, I think the Jelly Monster threat in this one is far more exciting.
Many of the same characters. Very, very similar.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's good, Howard, about podcasts, right, is how easy they are to get hold of. Like when you've got your podcast app, right, on your phone or whatever, and you find a podcast you like and you press subscribe and then you download episodes or you set it to do it automatically and it's all very straightforward.
Science, eh?
Yeah. And do you know what else is good?
Other forms of science? Is it biology? Sex? Is it sex?
If you sign up to our secret gang, you get a private RSS feed, which means that all our audio content that you get on the secret gang is equally easy to get hold of.
Exactly.
Basically, it just looks like another podcast in your podcast player.
And if you're wondering what RSS stands for, that's really easy for me to tell you. It stands for really sexy...
Really sexy stupid.
Stupid.
But the point is that once you sign up, it's really straightforward, and you get all our content in one place. You get all of the Man by Cow episodes, all of the Worst Writer episodes, all of the Gret Binchleaf adventures, the Secret Gang podcast, whatever you sign up for, you get it all in that one place. And the moment you put that RSS feed into your podcast player, it just looks like another podcast that you are subscribed to.
Wow.
If you set the notifications on, it will tell you when we release new content, and it's just so wonderfully easy.
It's really straightforward downloading.
And of course, you get the Worst Writer episodes early, couple of days early. That's pretty exciting too. So you don't have to wait until stupid Monday to listen to it like everyone else.
It's just another rubbish Monday. I wish it were the 2 days before ago when I got Worst Writer in the World. I'm going to stop speaking now and let you do this advert.
It's nice that you have a go, though, isn't it? It's nice that you try. And, of course, you can get all this for as little as $2 a month. So go to patreon.com/manbycow and check it out. Have a look, see what you could get. And we will see you next Monday, unless you decide to sign up, in which case we'll see you long, long before then, and more regularly too. Bye-bye, milk.
Bye-bye, cream.
He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer. Yeah.